reporter, India Today's Kumar Kunal. Kumar, the visual that we are seeing on the screen, you know, if I describe it to you, it is extremely heartbreaking. We can see people trying to run away from the fury of nature. You know, people who live in the hills, they live with the reality. They live with the reality of monsoons cutting them off from the rest of the world. They live with the reality of their crops getting destroyed, their home getting damaged. But something like this is that it happens once in years. They are not prepared for this. But the sad part is that the government is also never prepared for these things.
Exactly, and Anjali, I am telling you from my personal experience. I was there in Dharali last year only, and I saw the kind of development, the kind of construction works was going on. That was concerning because these things which actually matters, that when a sudden cloudburst happens, for our viewers, I want to tell them that a cloudburst event is something where at least 100 millimeter rains happens within a duration of 1 hour, means 10 centimeter rainfall in a duration of 1 hour. Although it staged for a very short duration, not more than a few minutes, but the amount of rainfall happens, and that too on the steep slopes of the Himalayan mountain, the terrain which is quite fragile, I can say. There are not just stones, not just left out of the moraines from the glaciers. There are muds also. Mudslide is also happening in many areas. So obviously, the Himalayan region is vulnerable, and as I was describing, that this Garhwal region is more fragile, the situation is more concerning for this region if we will compare to the other regions like Kumayu region, like Nainital. Those regions are less affected by these landslides and such extreme events. Although even we have seen such events in Himachal, in Mandi, even in Kullu, Manali, all these areas are highly vulnerable of landslides. But this Garhwal region is highly, because there is a steep slope, there are so many glaciers. These glaciers are retreating now. These retreating glaciers are leaving moraines. Moraines are small pebbles. I will try to describe it for our viewers, that moraines are small pebbles, and those pebbles are coming down with the force of water. And you can just imagine the force of water, how much amount of water is coming down through the slope and hitting all these houses, all these residential areas, all these tourist destinations. So actually these destinations have been turned into a tourist destination. There are pilgrimages happening. Gangotri is quite nearby to the Dharali village as well. So people who are coming for Char Dham Yatra, they actually stay in these regions because good hotels are coming up in a good number, but actually at a cost. And
Absolutely.
That cost is not less than human lives. And the saddest part of this incident, that we are losing human lives like anything because of our own destructive activities. And that is the saddest part. And what we are showing
Right.
on our television screen, that describes that how we have actually dealt with the nature.
Absolutely.
And the same thing is destroying us now.
Absolutely, Kumar, you're absolutely right. Underestimation of nature is not something humans can afford to do, and yet we do it repeatedly. Joining me again is Suesha Sawant, and she is bringing us a picture of before and after in the village. Suesha.
Oh yes, absolutely, and I request our producers also to give me that image, and it is right here on your screens to give you a sense of what this very location was like before the cloudburst happened and what it is like after. Again, it is slightly pixelated because it has been enlarged on this particular screen. But there you see many homestays. There was a village here. You know, so many people living here in this area. Now it is all under the water, given the impact of that cloudburst. In fact, this whole current that has so many people under it, so many of those homestays, those tourist spots, plots, those homes that were built. Again, we continue to reiterate on the on how you know, all of these factors, given the fact that there is too much development, more than probably what these mountains can afford, that is happening here, due to which, you know, this is the kind of ecological impact that happens. And here you see a before image where you see so much of this construction in this entire belt. It is green, those homestays, those homes, villages, everything. But here you see all of that has been washed away. In fact, the earlier picture also, Anjali, that we showed to our viewers, within seconds, such was the impact that even those people who realized that they need to run away from that area to be able to save their lives, but they just could not.
Suesha,
There was a car.
I'm
there was,
sorry, I have to stop you